The heavy gray morning is lifting its veil as sunlight spills softly right into the room. We drop every anchor and set up the sail to sweep away shadows and conquer the gloom. A cup of warm coffee, a breath of clean air. The world is a canvas just waiting for paint. There's magic hidden in every small square, where spirits awaken and nothing is faint. The clock keeps on ticking, a steady bright drum, reminding the heart that the best is to come. With every fresh step that we take on the floor, we open a wide and welcoming door. Like a wildflower pushing right up through the stone, we carry a sunshine that lives in the chest. No longer a traveler walking alone, we stride toward the future and give it our best. Oh, laugh at the wind as it brushes you by. The universe painted a blue in the sky. The puddles on pavement reflect back the blue as footprints make ripples of light in the street. There's nothing you can't do if you wanted to, with rhythm and courage inside of your feet. The past is a chapter we read and put down. Today is a crown that we wear in the sun. A smile is the richest thing in any town, and life has just started, it's only begun. The clock keeps on ticking, a steady bright drum, reminding the heart that the best is to come. With every fresh step that we take on the floor, we open a wide and welcoming door. Like a wildflower pushing right up through the stone, we carry a sunshine that lives in the chest. No longer a traveler walking alone, we stride toward the future and give it our best. Oh, laugh at the wind as it brushes you by. The universe painted a blue in the sky. And if a brief cloud should roll over the day, we'll whistle a tune until it clears away. For joy is a habit, a choice that we make to love every breath that we happen to take. Like a wildflower pushing right up through the storm, we carry a sunshine that lives in the chest. No longer a traveler walking alone, we stride toward the future and give it our best. Step in the light where the shadows depart, carrying summer right here in the heart. We shine. We build our lives inside the quiet static, familiar routines humming in the dark. Every question measured, every margin clean, until the friction whispered for a spark. Now the map we memorize is burning out, and the silence starts to pull us toward the edge. Hold your breath, the atmosphere is shifting. The ground beneath us turns to rise. Just let it break. We own the climb. Stepping into this small, quiet space, the air settles gently between you and me. Above the soft, flowing jazz melody, our own story begins to bloom. Like the warm steam rising softly, your smile seeps gently into my heart. Even the complicated thoughts of today melt away smoothly inside this cup. Like the cozy leisure of a warm cafe latte, I love this time spent here with you. In this place where the noisy world pauses, I wanna let my heart soak in your gaze. Over your eyes that slowly drift closed, I hope this warm song reaches you. The lazy sunlight tapping on the window, the warmth of the mug resting at your fingertips. A moment where no words are needed becomes the most perfect comfort to me. Like the warm steam rising softly, your smile seeps gently into my heart. Even the complicated thoughts of today melt away smoothly inside this cup. Like the cozy leisure of a warm cafe latte, I love this time spent here with you. In this place where the noisy world pauses, I wanna let my heart soak in your gaze. Over your eyes that slowly drift closed, I hope this warm song reaches you. Hoping time would slow down just a little more. Hoping this fragrance never fades away. In this street where just the two of us stay, it feels like only our spring fills the air. Like the cozy leisure of a warm cafe latte, I love this time spent here with you. In this place where the noisy world pauses, I wanna let my heart soak in your gaze. Your voice soft as sweet foam. Even when this song fades out, we will still be here, right in this cafe. A photograph pressed deep inside a book. Autumn leaves still hold their phantom red. I trace the contours of a passing look across the quiet pages of the dead. You were the sudden weather of my youth, a brief eternity of sun and rain, before the world demanded sober truth and left me standing in the quiet lane. The seasons shift and paint the glass with frost. We are the architects of what we missed, counting the treasures that we never lost, in every shadow that the dawn has kissed, like a sweet echo lingering in the hall. You are the summer that I left behind, a gentle ghost against the garden wall, the only map that time forgot to blind. I reach across the distance of the years to catch a whisper in the falling rain, and taste the sweetness of those early tears, before we learn the vocabulary of pain. The train still passes by the station gate, where silver rails dissolve into the haze. We loved each other long before our fate was written down in ordinary days. Your laughter echoes down a crowded street, a sudden fragrance in the evening air. Two parallel horizons meant to meet, in every place that you are not, you're there. The seasons shift and paint the glass with frost. We are the architects of what we missed, counting the treasures that we never lost, in every shadow that the dawn has kissed, like a sweet echo lingering in the hall. You are the summer that I left behind, a gentle ghost against the garden wall, the only map that time forgot to blind. I reach across the distance of the years to catch a whisper in the falling rain, and taste the sweetness of those early tears, before we learn the vocabulary of pain. And if the universe should start anew and spin us back into the ancient dark, I'd spend 1,000 lifetimes finding you to strike once more that unforgotten spark. 'Cause some fires never turn to heavy ash, they only wait beneath the skin to flash, like a sweet echo lingering in the hall. You are the summer that I left behind, a gentle ghost against the garden wall, the only map feels like a book that we will read no more, yet still we know. A block of marble dreaming in the shade, holding the shape of thunder in its bone. We spend our lives erasing what was made, to find the master hidden in the stone. The chisel meets the quiet of the grain and turns the ancient silence into pain. Beneath the layers where the shadows cling, there is a voice that refuses to sleep, a fierce architecture waiting to spring. From the quiet abyss of the deep, let the rough edges fracture and fall to the floor. We are building the temple we walked here to be, opening up every bolted down door, to drown in the vast unwritten sea. This is the rising, the breaking of dawn, the shape of a soul when the masks are all gone. The mirror catches light and never knew, reflecting rivers where the desert's dried. We strip away the varnish and the glue to let the wild, authentic current ride. Every mistake, a line of latitude drawn in the service of a new attitude. Beneath the layers where the shadows cling, there is a voice that refuses to sleep, a fierce architecture waiting to spring. From the quiet abyss of the deep, let the rough edges fracture and fall to the floor. We are building the temple we walked here to be, opening up every bolted down door, to drown in the vast unwritten sea. This is the rising, the breaking of dawn, the shape of a soul when the masks are all gone. And if the fire consumes the scaffolding down, we'll wear the ashes like a royal crown. For what is a life but a statue released from the weight of the mold that it slowly outgrew? Let the rough edges fracture and fall to the floor. We are building the temple we walked here to be, opening up every bolted down door, to drown in the vast unwritten sea. Only the sculpture remains, free of the weight and the chains. At last we are wide, and the universe steps to the side. You arrive like a whisper of salt on the breeze, a sudden translation of light on the deep. We planted our names in the slow turning trees, and promised the secrets we swore we would keep. Everything was golden, untouchable white, a canvas of summer that knew not a tear. We floated together on top of the tide, far from the borders of shadow and fear. The calendar pages grew heavy with dust as the rust on the iron began to unfold. We traded our certainty into blind trust and turned all the silver we gathered to gold. Like a river that breaks from the mountain to part, we are learning the grammar of letting things go. You carved out your echo deep inside of my heart, where the winter winds carry the drift of the snow. Love was a journey we both had to take, to learn how to shatter and learn how to break. The evening descends on the desolate pier, where footprints are washed by the merciless foam. The distance between us grows quiet and clear as I wander the rooms of a ghost-haunted home. Your coat on the hanger, a shadow of woe, a cup on the table where tea used to steam. The measure of absence is heavy and full of all that remains of a vanishing dream. The calendar pages grew heavy with dust as the rust on the iron began to unfold. We traded our certainty into blind trust and turned all the silver we gathered to gold. Like a river that breaks from the mountain to part, we are learning the grammar of letting things go. You carved out your echo deep inside of my heart, where the winter winds carry the drift of the snow. Love was a journey we both had to take, to learn how to shatter and learn how to break. And if the dark ocean should swallow the land, I'll hold on to shells that you left in my hand. For some things are brightest the moment they fade, like light through the forest where shadows are laid. Like a river that breaks from the mountain to part, we are learning the grammar of letting things go. lost in the breath of a spark. Now walking alone through the beautiful dark. Coffee shop clock hits the midnight refrain as the script of our story plays out in the street. We are actors amidst every cue in the rain, with a rushed introduction and hesitant feet. You dropped your umbrella, a clatter of steel, and time hit the pause on the noise of the town. In a moment too cinematic to feel, the whole heavy universe slowly spun down. The neon is bleeding a bruised shade of blue as I step through the threshold and straight into view. The cameras are rolling, the dialogue blurs in a language of glances that nobody stirs. Like a sweeping score swelling behind a closed door, you are the plot twist I didn't foresee. We're falling head first through the dramatic floor, with the whole world watching a movie of we. Hold on to the script as the chapters ignite. We're rewriting the ending tonight. We ran through the tunnels where subways grow old, trading secrets and smiles in the flicker of light. Like characters scripted in stories of gold, defying the shadows that gather the night. Your hand in my pocket, a quiet surprise as the credits roll early in both of our eyes. The neon is bleeding a bruised shade of blue as I step through the threshold and straight into view. The cameras are rolling, the dialogue blurs in a language of glances that nobody stirs. Like a sweeping score swelling behind a closed door, you are the plot twist I didn't foresee. We're falling head first through the dramatic floor, with the whole world watching a movie of we. Hold on to the script as the chapters ignite. We're rewriting the ending tonight. And if the director should shout out cut, we'll tear up the pages and keep running the street. For the best kind of love is the one that's abrupt, where the logic of life and the cinema meet. Like a sweeping score swelling behind a closed door, you are the plot twist I didn't foresee. We're falling head first through the dramatic floor, with the whole world watching a movie of we. Fade into black on a slow autumn screen, the best kind of love that was ever unseen. The afternoon smells like damp concrete and rain, where bicycles leaned against brick-painted walls. We carved out our names in the slow window pane, before the world narrowed and memory calls. You wore a jacket too big for your frame, and laughed at the weather, untroubled and free. promise of what we decreed before the last syllable fell from our head. Like a paper boat drifting away from the shore, we carried our dreams through the gathering tide. You are the summer I'll visit no more, the quietest place where my shadows still hide. I trace the faint outline of where we began in the palm of my hand. And if the old streets should remember our tread when twilight is painting the pavement in gold, I'll look for the ghosts of the words that you said and the stories that time never wanted to hold. A spark in the ashes, a flash in the glass. Some things never vanish, they only outlast. Coffee goes cold on the edge of the sill as the rain taps a rhythm against the old glass. We've learned how to silence the things that can kill and watch all the ordinary moments pass. You sit by the piano with dust in your hair, playing notes that belong to a different time. A quiet devotion suspended in there, like an unspoken word in an unfinished rhyme. The pages of history turn in the wind, where the lines of our destiny softly begin. We carry the scars of the past that we chose in the quiet embrace as the evening closed. Like a lingering melody lost in the dark, you are the warmth in the depth of the chill. We carry the weight of a vanishing mark on a lonely and melancholy hill. Hold on to my hand as the daylight recedes. We are answering all that the silence decreed. The train whistle echoes across the gray town, where we promised to meet at the end of the year. The autumn leaves quietly drifting right down, like the drop of a slow and inevitable tear. You look at me sideways, a gentle surprise, as if recognizing a ghost from the past. Reflected right there in the depth of your eyes is the harbor we fought so to weather at last. The pages of history turn in the wind, where the lines of our destiny softly begin. We carry the scars of the past that we chose in the quiet embrace as the evening closed. Like a lingering melody lost in the dark, you are the warmth in the depth of the chill. We carry the weight of a vanishing mark on a lonely and melancholy hill. Hold on to my hand as the daylight recedes. We are answering all that the silence decreed. And if the whole world should unravel We'll keep every promise that quietly stay to burn like a solitary candle of light, like a lingering melody lost in the dark. You are the warmth in the depth of the chill. We carry the weight of a vanishing mark on a lonely and melancholy hill. A footprint washed clean by the incoming tide, with nowhere to wander and nowhere to hide. Two shadows that finally learned how to blend right here at the start. And the very same end. The threshold bore the weight of fleeting hours, footprints pressed in salt and sudden rain, a quiet collision of uncharted orbits before the geometry untied again. You left a shadow where the window fractured, a contour of light I still trace in the dark. We crossed the narrow span of borrowed seasons, spilling our silence like unrendered ink. Before the tide could turn and name the distance, we stood upon the very edge and watched it sink. Like glass suspended in the amber turning, we held the fire just to watch it burn. A brief collision of the tides returning, with nothing left of us for time to earn. Love was the draft that kept the winter breathing, and parting was the art of unbelieving. The table holds the dust of afternoon, two empty vessels where the warmth withdrew. A map of constellations unremembered, drawn in the fading condensation too. You are the whisper in a crowded railway, the sudden draft that turns the page too soon. We crossed the narrow span of borrowed seasons, spilling our silence like unrendered ink. Before the tide could turn and name the distance, we stood upon the very edge and watched it sink. Like glass suspended in the amber turning, we held the fire just to watch it burn. A brief collision of the tides returning, with nothing left of us for time to earn. Love was the draft that kept the winter breathing, and parting was the art of unbelieving. And if the architecture starts to crumble into the quiet debris of our past, I wouldn't trade the friction of the falling for anything designed to always last. Like glass suspended in the amber turning, we held the fire just to watch it burn. A brief collision of the tides returning, with nothing left of us for time to earn. A fading trace upon the quiet glass. The tide recedes and lets the silence pass. We were the storm, and now the weather clears, leaving the salt of all those unnamed years. hallway is loud with the sound of a bell, slamming lockers and echoes of sneakers on tile. I'm caught in the trance of a magical spell when you look at the floor and you flash me a smile. With a sticker back notebook pressed tight to your chest and an oversized sweater that swallows your hands. We're passing notes while the teachers protest in the back of the classroom where nobody stands. The stadium lights are a halo of gold as the Friday night football bleeds into the chill. We're writing a story too big to be told on the edge of the bleachers, sitting quite still like a neon-lit prom at the end of the year. You are the anthem, I blast in my ears. We're breaking the curfew and chasing the spark, running like wild through the suburban dark. Oh, keep the engine revved up in the drive. This is the moment we feel most alive. We carved our initials in bark by the lake with a rusted out compass and nothing to lose. Every heartbeat a risk that we're willing to take, every wrong turn that we're happy to choose. Your varsity jacket is heavy and warm and the radio plays our favorite song. We're weathering out every juvenile storm, where the right kind of reckless is where we belong. The stadium lights are a halo of gold as the Friday night football bleeds into the chill. We're writing a story too big to be told on the edge of the bleachers, sitting quite still like a neon-lit prom at the end of the year. You are the anthem, I blast in my ears. We're breaking the curfew and chasing the spark, running like wild through the suburban dark. Oh, keep the engine revved up in the drive. This is the moment we feel most alive. And the years will roll by like the wheels on a bus, leaving high school behind in a blur of old dust. But the pulse in our chest and the truth in our eyes will remain like the stars in the summer night skies. Like a neon-lit prom at the end of the year. You are the anthem, I blast in my ears. We're breaking the curfew and chasing the spark, running like wild through the suburban dark. A Polaroid fading inside of a frame, the ringing echo of whispering your name. Forever 17 in the rain. The evening spills on the worn wooden floor, where dust motes are dancing in streams of pale gold. We lock up the troubles outside of the door and pour out a tea that is never quite cold. The clock on the mantle ticks steady and slow, a quiet companion through seasons of gray. We measure the miles of the places we know by watching the shadows stretch softly away. The pages turn over with very small sounds as life finds its rhythm and quietest bounds. We harbor no anger for things left behind. The peace that we searched for is no longer blind, like a river that winds through stories of where we have been. No need for a crown and no rush for the prize. Just simple reflections in ordinary eyes. The twilight arrives with a blanket of blue and whispers that everything's going right through. The steps on the sidewalk grow distant and faint as darkness paints colors that nobody names. We don't need a canvas, we don't need a paint to cherish the warmth of these flickering flames. The scars on our hands are just maps of the past that taught us how gently the heavy days fall. The things that are fragile are often the last to anchor our hearts to the hearth and the hall. The pages turn over with very small sounds as life finds its rhythm and quietest bounds. We harbor no anger for things left behind. The peace that we searched for is no longer blind, like a river that winds through a valley of green. We carry the stories of where we have been. No need for a crown and no rush for the prize. Just simple reflections in ordinary eyes. The twilight arrives with a blanket of blue and whispers that everything's going right through. And if tomorrow should bring a new breeze, we'll sit on the porch and look out through the trees. For grace is a moment of letting things be, as calm as the tide on a quietest sea, like a river that winds through a valley of green. We carry the stories of where we have been. No need for a crown and no rush for the prize. Just simple reflections in ordinary eyes. A light left burning to welcome the night. Everything's simple and everything right. The evening pulls a shade across the floor, where dust molds dance in memories of gold. I trace the empty silence by the door and wrap myself in stories left untold. Your voice still lingers in the midnight rain, a phantom whisper brushing past the pain. Seasons turn and leave us in their wake. We are the shadows shadows that the sunset made, holding close to promises we couldn't keep before the colors fade. Like a distant star that burns across the dark, we carry light from years that used to be. A quiet ache, a lingering embrace, lost in the tides of an unyielding sea. I find you and you in the spaces in between, the fading echo of a distant dream. The teacup cools, the calendar grows thin, with every page marked by your silhouette. An undertow is pulling from within, a tender sort of sorrow and regret. You are the summer wind that autumn stole, the quiet space left vacant in my soul. And if the miles stretch out like endless night, I'll keep the beacon burning through the haze. For love is just a ghost that learned to stay, a gentle warmth across the quiet days. Like a distant star that burns across the dark, we carry light from years that used to be. A quiet ache, a lingering embrace, lost in the tides of an unyielding sea. Just an echo in the dark, a quiet breath, a fading spark. Sleep well beneath the setting sun, our story done. The road was a labyrinth carved out of stone, where winter wore heavy and outstayed its welcome. I walked through the shadows, abandoned alone, with dreams that the freezing dark tried to benumb. The blisters on hands that refused to let go of tools that were broken and paths out of reach, while nursing the wounds that the bitter winds blow, and swallowing lessons the valley could teach. The anvil rings out through the smoke and the dust, as iron is shaped by the fire's embrace. We turn all our failures to absolute trust, and look the horizon straight into the face. Like a spark that ascends from the ash of the pyre, we rise through the pressure, untamed and unbound. The mountain stood high, but we carried the fire to conquer the summit and shatter the ground. Oh, bitter the trial and heavy the toll, yet nothing can dim the bright gold of the soul. The rain beat a rhythm of doubt on the roof, while whispers of caution tried anchoring feet. I built my own armor and gathered my proof, refusing the quiet defeat of retreat. Every scar is a latitude drawn on the map of battles survived, where the giants once fell, no longer caught up in the sorrowful trap of stories that ended in sorrowful hell. The anvil rings out through the smoke and the dust, as iron is shaped by the fire's embrace. We turn all our failures to absolute trust and look the horizon straight into the face. Like a spark that ascends from the ash of the pyre, we rise through the pressure untamed and unbound. The mountain stood high, but we carried the fire to conquer the summit and shatter the ground. Oh, bitter the trial and heavy the toll, yet nothing can dim the bright gold of the soul. And the valley below looks so distant and small, with the ghost of the winter all quiet and still. For those who have learned how to weather the fall are masters of river and masters of hill. Like a spark that ascends from the ash of the pyre, we rise through the pressure untamed and unbound. The mountain stood high, but we carried the fire to conquer the summit and shatter the ground. The sunrise breaks wide on the edge of the height, a crown born of patience and hard-earned light. We stand at the peak where the shadows depart, the undisputed kings of our own beating heart. A dormant coal beneath the heavy ash, waiting for the friction of the dark. No fanfare when the sudden borders crash, just the quiet terror of a spark. We trace the fault lines underneath the floor and trade the comfort for an open door. The air grows thin where the horizons bend. We step across the boundary of the known, where every river bends to meet the end, and we are standing on the edge alone. Let the iron strike the stone and bleed the light. We are building bone and tendon from the night. No maps can measure where the poles will roam. We are the fire striking far from home. The whisper of the engine in the vein, a fierce ambition moving through the pain. Let the iron strike the stone and bleed the light. We are building bone and tendon from the night. No maps can measure where the poles will roam. We are the fire striking far from home. Only the burning trace left in the empty empty space.